Okay, so let's take a look at the chorus now. Okay, so hard to play, a little bit hard to explain as well, but I'll try. So it's an A minor chord to a D7 chord, basically. So you want to clamp down the 5th fret across all 6 strings, and then you play the bass note, and you're going to play on the high E string 8, 7, 5, and then 8 on the B. So like that. And then play the bass note again, and then the high E string 5th fret, that's why your bar's still there, and then the bass again, and then to the D7 chord, and on the count of the and of 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and you catch the D7. So I'm playing the 7 on the B and the 5 on the G. And then you play the D note on the A string, the 5th fret. And once you're there, I play something like that. Okay, so holding that down, you play the bass note, then play the high E string 5th fret. Then holding this chord down, D7, play the G and the B string. So that's 5th fret on the G and the 7th fret on the B. Play the bass note again, and then the high E string 5th fret. Then take your pinky off and play the 5 on the G and the B. And then the A string 5th fret. And that's pretty much that chord. But sometimes I might just catch really quickly the D string 7th fret. Okay, so then you go back to the A minor, and it's exactly the same, but things change slightly on the D7. Have a listen. Sorry, it doesn't do that. It goes like that. So on the D7, you still catch these two on the and of 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then you play the bass note, so the D note on the A string. Push your pinky up to a D7 sus4, so it's playing the 8th fret on the B. Play that with the G string 5th fret, and then back to the bass. So you've gone. And then catch the high E string 5th fret, and play the G and the B, still in this position, pinky on the 8th. The bass note with the pinky down to the 7, play those two again, the G and the B, and I think followed by one more bass after that. So. Okay, so the first 4 bars of the chorus, nice and slow. And then you got the A again, A minor. And then it's exactly the same. You play the root note on the D on beat 1 of the next bar. And then you get this on the high E string, 8, 5, and then 8 on the B string. Start with the bass, so you play the first note with the bass, so the D note on the A string. Okay, followed by the bass, and then the 5th on the high E string again. So listen to the rhythm, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, and then we're into this really fiddly part. On the and of 4 of that D7, you want to catch the 3rd fret on the B string and the high E string. Okay, so like this. Yeah. Sorry. Let me go from the A minor. Okay, so like that. Really hard to play slowly now. So you've caught the 3rd on the B and the E. As a full bar like this. And then play the 3rd fret on the E string, D string, 5th fret, G and B 5th fret. Okay, so open A string, and then move down and clamp the first fret. Play the first fret on the E string, first fret on the B and the E string, high E string, back to the low E string. Okay, so you've gone. Then third on the D, third on the B and the G, and then open D. So that's really hard, especially up to speed. Like that. So like that. And then we have this chord right here. So I'm playing the open A string with the 2 on the G, the 3 on the B, and then open high E. And it's probably easier to feel the rhythm than to count the rhythm. So I play the A string and then G, B and E together. And you do that 4 times. And then you just arpeggiate your way through the strings. A, D, G, B, E. And see, I've got my second finger on the 3rd fret of the D. I always have that in place. Okay, and then you're into your next section.